Kwan Yew is mostly remembered as the architect of modern Singapore, but history will not forget the role he played in developing ties with China and the United States. And for more on this, we're joined by Jia Xiudong. He joins us from Beijing. He is an international relations analyst at the China Institute of International Studies. Welcome back to the program. Lee is one of very few leaders who managed to maintain fairly strong economic ties with both the U.S. and China. Tell us what his secret was.
Mr. Lee Kwan Yew tried to maintain a delicate balance between China and the United States. In the 1960s and early 70s, Singapore used its strategic location and its to actually benefit from war supplies to the U.S. war in Vietnam. And later, Mr. Lee turned Singapore into a hub of trade in Southeast Asia. So later on, he seized the opportunity of China's opening up and used Singapore's experiences in economic management, its expertise in trade, and so increase trade with China. And that kind of advantage was widely appreciated.
He pushed for bilingualism in Singapore, English and Mandarin, and many say this was really the key to opening up Singapore to the rest of the world, specifically China and the U.S. Tell us how his language campaigns broke down barriers.
Well, yes, he achieved a certain success in promoting bilingualism, but that issue was has been quite controversial, and the result has been it's kind of mixed picture. Yes, he tried to promote English and also made English the working language for Singapore. That actually brought Singapore much closer to Western countries, and so Singapore enjoyed very close economic and political relations with Western countries, including the United States. Later on, actually, in the 1990s and beginning from this century especially, he realized the importance of the teaching of Chinese, which he believed that will actually help people find the root of their culture, make people, especially young people, feel more confident. And that actually helped closer ties with China.
I was going to ask you, how did he bridge the gap between China and the U.S.? Some say that he was a traitor. They say that he westernized Singaporeans' views. Tell us how accurate this opinion is of those who say this.
Well, that kind of belief or perception was not very popular in China. Only a few people, some people, especially the young, who didn't know the complex relations between China and Singapore and the complex background of Singapore and how difficult Lee Kwan Yew was, the situation was for Lee Kwan Yew. He, as I said earlier, he had to keep a kind of diplomacy of balance among major powers and between countries in Southeast Asia. So people said, some people in China, some youths said he was a traitor, not because the language, for example, English language he's tried to promote, only because sometimes he said that the United States should balance against Chinese influence. So that was taken as by some people as kind of containment, assisting the United States in containing China. So that was only a belief held by some people. That was not very popular because actually Lee Kwan Yew was in a very difficult geopolitical situation. So he actually proceeded from the interests of Singapore.
Jia Xiudong, we really appreciate your time on this very important day, looking back at the life and legacy of Lee Kwan Yew.